After a disaster of a 23-24 NBA season with the Pistons, ending with only 14 wins, Monty Williams would be relieved of his duties before he reached a full calendar year with the Pistons organization. Questionable decision-making and the historic 28-game losing streak likely a big part in the Trajan Langdon decision to get a new face for the Detroit Pistons squad. Trajan Langdon continues the Pistons' path of getting recently fired head coaches. Oh, what the fuck, man. In all seriousness, I did want to get someone who was a well-regarded assistant coach around the league, like a Sean Sweeney, and give him an opportunity, but Trajan likes to go with the former Cleveland Cavaliers coach, J.B. Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff's a hire that makes a lot of sense when you compare the rosters Cleveland had to our roster. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland are two guards that are ball-dominant that he staggered very well. And that's the exact thing Pistons fans were begging Monty to do with Jay Ivey and Cade Cunningham. As well as the shooting for the Cavs isn't the best. Their front court contains two non-shooters in Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. And don't come at me about Mobley being a shooter. Shooting 30% this year on 1.2 threes a game over his career, being under 30% three-point shooter. He's not a shooter. He's not a floor spacer. In 2023, he had the same Cavaliers team being in the top 8 in offensive rating. The Pistons are in a similar case with Asar, Duren, and newly drafted Ron Holland Jr. The court spacing might be a problem sometimes. Bickerstaff is used to finding ways to make a well-oiled offense with a lack of shooting ability. The man is also going to give this defense a boost. A defensive-minded head coach that will be tasked with a Pistons roster who was bottom 5 in defensive rating last year. We maybe don't have the same level of defenders currently on this roster, but when you give him Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, Donovan Mitchell, Karis LeVert on the defensive side of the ball, he led his team to a top defensive rating this season and last season, as well as top 5 defensive rating in 2021. The culture is also a big deal here. The Pistons have a poor culture right now that only knows losing for the most part of the guys on the roster. Tobias Harris and Tim Hardaway Jr. definitely help that, but Bickerstaff is going to need to bring a new culture to the Detroit squad. Bickerstaff was able to bring a winning and hard-nosed culture over his time in Cleveland. From his first year in 2020 that ended with 22 wins to an eventual playoff caliber squad, with seasons that followed with 44-38 in 2021, 51-31 in 2022, and 48-34 in 2023. Turning a lottery team into a big-time story of the 2021 season and coming up short in the play-in to the Brooklyn Nets and Atlanta Hawks. Advancing to the 4th seed in 2022 to ultimately come up short in the round 1 series against the Knicks in 5 games, which was a disappointing way to end a strong regular season. And this is where you can see why Bickerstaff isn't the head coach of the Cavaliers anymore. Lastly, this season is another strong season with a 4th seed finish. Bickerstaff would get his first playoff series win as they beat the Orlando Magic in 7 hard-fought games and would run into the eventual champion Boston Celtics, losing to them in 5 games. The playoff success or lack thereof is why Bickerstaff is no longer with the Cavaliers. But we are nowhere near that level or that point, and his developmental qualities will either prove to be a bridge to once we are at that level, or maybe this will be the first time he can find true success in the playoffs. Did Trajan find his guy, or will the coaching carousel continue for this Pistons team? It's hard for young stars like Cade, Ivey, and Duren to have 3 different head coaches this quickly into their careers. I hope Trajan got it right, and I can definitely see why outside of the personal interviews they had, that J.B. Bickerstaff was Trajan's guy. But okay guys, let me know what you think about this hire. I know this fan base has a yin and yang a lot, and also with that being said, a lot of people were happy about the Bickerstaff hire, and other people were really wanting an assistant coach. I was on the assistant coach bandwagon, but I can see the plan with Bickerstaff. I can see that maybe it's a bridge. Even if it's not a bridge, it's going to at least develop these guys and bring a defensive quality, and also just fits the roster very well as I compare the Cavs to our current roster with the lack of shooting. I don't know. I think that things are turning around. Fred Vincent and J.B. Bickerstaff are going to really have their hands full with this roster. But with the additions of Tobias Harris, and we still have $24 million in cap, the mid-level exception. Guys like Luke Kennard can be brought back, Malik Beasley. There's plenty of people available. With that being said, I'm not worried. I think this is going in the right direction, guys. And please, like I said, let me know down below, what do you think of this hire? But with that being said, guys, please have a great day. Stay safe. Enjoy life. And I'll see you guys in the next video of mine. Peace.